All right, we take a moment right now to have a chat to Warren Ingram, author of a book called How to Make Your First Million and also certified financial planner. We're talking about properties as investments or not. And Warren, in your book, you speak about listed properties as investments. What is a listed property?
These are property companies. So they trade on the stock exchange, so you could buy it like you would buy any other share. But typically they own things like shopping malls, office buildings, industrial buildings, and nowadays even more and more residential property as well. And what I like about those is you're buying one company, but it invests in hundreds, if not thousands of properties spread right across the country and nowadays even across the world. So to me, that's a diversified portfolio. And the really nice thing is you've got hundreds and thousands of tenants as well. So if one tenant isn't paying, it doesn't give you this huge risk of now your whole property portfolio is now unfunded. Okay. So I like those. And over time, they've done really well. They've grown substantially and often quite a bit faster than the rest of the stock exchange.
Yeah. So if I've got 50,000 Rand right now, would your best advice be invest in a listed property?
I think if you've got a real property fixation, which a lot of South Africans have, then I would look at listed property. I'd probably spread my risks. So you can buy exchange-traded funds, for example, of property. But I think you always need to diversify. So don't just buy property if you've got 50,000 bucks. Buy some normal shares as well.
Yeah. What is your take on commercial property versus residential property?
I like commercial property. I think you can do a lot more due diligence on the tenants that you're letting into your property. You can understand what they're doing, and very often commercial property, if it's in the right location, I guess like any property, you can make good money over time by capital growth.
Yeah. So even in the instance where the property you've bought that you're now renting out to a tenant is essentially being paid for by a tenant because of that monthly rental, you'd still go for commercial?
No, I mean, I think it's like everything. It's just not a no-brainer to just look at residential property and say, I'm always going to make money. I don't think that's the case. Yeah. There are good residential property investments and you can make good money out of it, and lots of people have. I've actually featured them in the book. So it's not, I mean, I don't want to give you the skewed view that there's no good residential property. There are. But I think a lot of the time we've all grown up with the idea that it's a no-brainer, that you're just definitely going to make money. I think that's a mistake.
My goodness, you're breaking down the mold here. My thoughts on investment now are changing a little bit when I consider the things that you're saying. But we're going to come back after this and talk about alternative options when it comes to investments. If you're not going to go the property route, what would you do? And hopefully that'll help us make our way to our first million, right?
Great.
Warren Ingram on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're talking money, 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 and we'll be back just now.